99% of the people that you follow on social media have curated lives. We only put out what we want, and we most likely curate it. The pictures that I post personally
I made my fudge brownie pancakes and added a scoop of TERRA Origins chocolate plant protein, packing in an extra 18 grams of pure plant protein from sources like hemp and pumpkin seeds. TERRA has several vegan products, including a creamy turmeric latte blend, a candy sweet cherry electrolyte powder, and even a green superfood coffee. Visit the link down in my bio for more information and 15% off site-wide.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Stella the Light. I titled today's video, instead of this, try this, because I'm going to be telling you some normal situations and normal reactions that we have and ways to switch them out for healthier reactions. These tend to be compulsive habits or quick reactions that tend to then affect us really negatively after the fact. Number 1. Sending an impulsive text message. Instead of sending an impulsive text message, you should try taking out a piece of paper and pen and writing yourself a note. Write out what you want to say to this person, and then give it like 2 or 3 hours and look back on it and say, do I really want to react that way and send that text message? If the answer is yes, and it's coming from a wholesome and healthy place, send the text message. Do your thing. If you look at it and you think, wow, that's really irrational, that's really mean, that was really compulsive, don't send the text message. It's a very simple habit, but one that can save you from a lot of trouble, because sending those compulsive text messages can really, really put you in a rut when you regret saying what you were going to say when your emotions were up here. So write it down, let your emotions simmer down, and then reevaluate whether you want to send it or not. Number 2, lashing out at a loved one. This is by far the most common coping mechanism of people. We tend to reach out to people that we are close to and that we love, and we lash out completely because we are comfortable around them and they are an easy target. You normally don't lash out at like strangers and random people on the street or people you don't really know that well, but people tend to always lash out at the people they love most. It could be a parent, a partner, your best friend. Now, what you can do instead of lashing out is turning inward and taking some alone time. And most likely the best thing to do would be to go for a walk. This is the easiest thing. Go for a walk, or maybe if you can't get outside, depending on the weather and things like that, you can stretch or meditate inside. So basically just giving yourself 10 or 15 minutes to turn inwards on yourself in a calm manner rather than lash out at others. When we lash out, it tends to stem into a really big argument, or you just are ridden with guilt the next day over what you said to that loved one. You will be able to bring yourself peace and well-being by turning inward for those 10 or 15 minutes rather than lashing out on them. Number 3 is bottling up your feelings. What tends to happen is you have these little bits of bad feelings that come in, and you shove them off and shove them, back here, and then they tend to pile up and overflow at a certain point, and you just have a mental breakdown entirely. It could be 15 small situations that occur that build up to this boiling point where you then just explode. And that's just not a good place to be. Instead of bottling up these emotions, whether it's sadness or fear, anger, frustration, whatever it might be, you should try listening to your favorite songs. It could even be songs that correlate with your feelings. So if you're feeling sad, you could very well listen to a sad song, or you could choose a happy song, whether it be a song that reminds you of happiness and how good life is, or whether it's a song that does pertain to that feeling that you're feeling. It makes you feel sad, it makes you feel angry, it makes you feel frustrated, whatever it is. It's better to feel out that frustration, feel out that anger, just basically let yourself have some type of feeling rather than pushing off those feelings and letting them build to that bursting point. Number 4 is going into an overthinking spiral. We all do it pretty frequently. You start with one tiny little bad thought and it just spirals into this story that you sort of make up in your own head, and then you have now worked yourself into a situation that hasn't even occurred yet. Instead of letting yourself spiral out on that one tiny thought, what you should do in that moment is, before letting yourself spiral, do something positive. Listen, watch, or read something funny or lighthearted. So click on Netflix and put on a funny show. I always like to watch Family Guy because it cracks me up every single time. Family Guy or The Simpsons or something along those lines. Just one of those shows that is just mindless but funny, but something that's going to make you laugh. Whether you have a favorite funny movie or a book that you're reading that's goofy, just something that's going to make you maybe smile, laugh, forget what's going on, so that afterwards you feel lighthearted and you've probably already forgotten about that tiny little thought that is meaningless anyways. Number 5, comparing yourself to others. We live in a world where social media is prominent. Social media is number 1 in most of our lives. We spend a lot of time on it, and a lot of that time we spend on looking at pretty things, pretty people, pretty places, all that stuff, pretty clothes, pretty makeup, pretty hair, pretty everything. And when it comes down to it, that is just a breeding ground for negativity and comparison. 2 things that will inevitably break down your self-esteem like no other. So instead of comparing yourself to others constantly, I would really urge you to take a break. Take a break from social media, take a break from your phone, put your phone down for a few hours, and focus on things that you are grateful for. That could be yourself, that could be your family, that could be your home. Whatever you feel you are neglecting that is a positive in your life by comparing yourself to things that are probably most likely curated online anyways. We tend to forget how absolutely amazing our lives already are and how absolutely amazing we already are because we are comparing ourselves to the highlight reels. You've all heard it. 99% of the people that you follow on social media have curated lives. We only put out what we want, and we most likely curate it. The pictures that I post personally are all taken under curated circumstances. Posing, good lighting, a good camera. I did my hair and makeup. I did my hair and makeup for this video. I put dry shampoo in so my hair looks fluffier. I put makeup on my face. My eyelashes are curled and I have mascara on. Is this what I look like 99% of the time? No, my hair is usually in a knot on the top of my head. I don't usually have any makeup on. So it's very easy to compare and contrast when it comes to social media. It's funny because even though I know the truth behind it, I still tend to do the same thing. I think it's just kind of how we work as humans. So making that decision to put it down, put social media down, put the magazine down, put the comparison down, whether it's for an hour, a day, a week, whatever it is, give it a go. Give yourself a break. By setting these boundaries with social media, you form a different relationship with it. One where you're not comparing, where you use it for inspiration or as a learning tool or just something that is fun and lighthearted over something that you go on to compare and contrast yourself. If you'd like more videos like this, little sit-down chit-chats on mental health and other small topics, let me know. And if you have any video suggestions, of course, always leave them down in the comments below. I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. And I'll see you for the next video.